it going, everybody? Hope you are doing well. Excited for tonight. This is the second time we are doing feedback on your music live. And I'm stoked. Last one was really good. There was a lot. There was a lot going on. So this one should be much more manageable than the last one. So I appreciate you guys who've showed up. Thank you very much to Boombox for sponsoring this live stream and for making this happen. So real quick, just want to take attendance. How's everyone doing? Where are you commenting from? While you guys are doing that, I want to show you something very, very exciting that I got sent. And next making a song video is going to use this. Guys, check this out. Check this thing out. The lovely folks at Orangewood sent this over. It's a baritone. And just to give you a hint at what the next video is, we're gonna be doing kind of like a dark dream pop song like McGee, because the baritone sound, man, it's super killer. So very, very excited about that. That's what you guys can expect for the next sitting down making a song video. But enough about me. Let's get into listening to your guys' music. So on the count of 3, I'm gonna pull up my notes here and I'm gonna write down essentially the first, don't send them yet, don't send it yet, don't send it yet. But the first 5 songs I see are going to be the first 5 songs that we cover here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send the songs. I know there's a little delay on the stream. So the room is rearranged, Austin. It's actually a whole new room. My wife just started working from home and I moved my office because I don't know if you guys know this or not, I'm loud. And where her home office is, it's right on the other side of the old wall. So I'm in a completely different room in my house. All right, so let's take a look at some of the songs. First one I see is called Wanna See You. So that'll be first. Your Honey Too. So next one, Cold Hearts, ITF Punch, and Intro by Lucco. So these will be the first songs that we're looking at. We're gonna go for maybe 2 hours tonight. So we're not gonna get to everybody's, but we should get through a good amount. And just a future reminder as well, these are gonna be every other Thursday. So if we don't get to yours today, we will get to yours on the next stream. So let's look for the first one, which is Wanna See You. Actually, I need to alphabetize these. That'll make things a little easier. Okay. Where is it? Where is Wanna See You? I'm not seeing it. Luke, if I skipped you, I'm so sorry. That's my bad. We might not skip you because I don't see Wanna See You on here. And guys, another note, can you please name your shit appropriately when we do this? Like what the hell is this? What is this? When I ask for music, how do you know that that's your song? All right, I'm not seeing the first one, Wanna See You. So we're gonna skip that one for now. And I'll look for it here in a minute, but let's make sure. Ray B, I'm sorry, brother. Look, check it out. It ain't in here. So you might wanna resubmit. So let's go with Your Honey 2. And let me know, Ray, when it's resubmitted, we'll go to it. But let's take a listen.
I still haven't found you, the one I'm looking for. Yet I still have not gave up hope, it's what I live for. If I were to lose it all, tell me, would you give me all that you have? Tell me, if you were the wonderful, am I the one you would call your honey? In this big sea, you are the light that I see.
So, you have a very unique voice. It's very interesting. I think what's missing and why your voice stands out in not the best connotation, there's not a lot of dynamics going on with this vocal performance. It's very loud, it's very upfront, it's very close. I think one, you're kind of singing in like the same sort of tone the whole time. You are here the whole time, and it's a little monotone. Where if we work those dynamics a little, just with the performance itself, it wouldn't feel like it's bashing up against other elements in the track, because it is very, very distracting to the way it's sung versus the background vocals. It's a very unique voice that I think you could use really well to elevate the song, but just work on being a little more dynamic with that voice. Let's rewind it real quick to when everything comes in here.
If I were to lose it all, tell me, would you give me all
especially here,
that you have?
the instruments themselves, everything is on time, but the vocals, it's like a weird stack, and it's meshing with all the other elements, and it sounds a little off-putting. So if you work on your dynamics with actual singing performance and just getting things a little tighter, man, that's gonna punch a lot harder. But let's keep going.
In this big sea, you are the light that I see. Just between you and me, you are the one to set me free. I still haven't found.
And also, I'm curious to what your microphone setup is as well. I would double check your inputs. I'm hearing this really, really gnarly buzz, like this electrical buzz. So I don't know if it's like a cheap cable that has a bad ground to it that needs to be replaced, but if you just listen really carefully, there's this harsh buzzing, especially when you get quieter. It's very, very present. So I know it sucks to drop a lot of money on a cable, but more expensive cables and better produced cables help a lot with some of the buzzy tone and with clarity, believe it or not. I mean, not like, you know, this one cable is not going to make you sound that much better, but just something that's well better built that doesn't have all that noise and buzz. So I would just double check that as well.
You the one I'm looking for, yet I still have not gave up hope, it's what would you give me all that you have? Tell me if you were on the
Something else I want to mention about the acoustic guitar too. I think this is it's a ballad, right? It's a very emotional performance. Something that kind of throws it off, and I think would put you like a step closer to matching the feeling and the expression of the song. Is changing up that DI guitar. That DI guitar sound is so distracting because to me personally, as the listener, DI guitar is very sterile. It's not warm, it's not present. It has this certain sound that I think sounds a little amateurish. I think in some contexts it can be cool, but man, sticking a microphone in front of a guitar, even if it's like, you know, not the best live acoustic sound, to me, I will take that sound any day over a DI acoustic because a DI acoustic pickup is not going to pick up the goodness of the wood of the guitar, because like the body is this one wood, the top is another wood, maybe the back's another wood, the neck's a completely different wood. So you have all of these really rich tones that you could be pulling in with a microphone, but the DI sound totally takes away from a lot of that. Just my 2 cents.
phone, am I the one you would call your honey? If I were to lose it all, tell me would you give me all that you have? Tell me if you were the one to fold, am I the one you would call your honey?
So you know what I love about this that I feel like isn't represented the way you intended? You clearly understand layering and you clearly understand what elements should go together. But I think a little more time with initial sound selection, because a lot of these sounds, like that synth there, the drums specifically, the guitar, the bass, if those were just different sounds, like for drums, if you had something maybe that's a little more punchy and roomy and a little more natural, and like I said, live acoustic guitars and just more, I guess professional is the word. Like I hate relying on sounds and gear and technology, but this is one of those instances that I think just another sound instead of what is here brings it from like stock to an elevated production, because you obviously understand very well the importance of layering and melody, chord progression, relative elements. You clearly understand that. So I would want to see those a little better represented, because I think there's a lot of potential with this. Because I mean, look at the comments. A lot of people very, very much like it. It's, you know, it's a good song. I just think better sounds would take it from here to here. But really, really good job so far. On a fade track? Hell yeah. Guys, we need to do more fade tracks. I know that was like a big thing in the 70s. We need to keep doing fade tracks. They're so cool. But overall, like I said, I think just better sound selection would really elevate this and make it not feel so dated, because that's what a lot of these sounds feel. They feel like they're kind of stuck in like the mid to late 2000s for lack of a better term. But overall, yeah, I really enjoy the structure. You have a very unique voice that I think just different sounds backing that would really help. Also, I'm going to turn the fan on real quick because it's hot in here. Oh, that's not the fan button. There we go. But yeah, great job. Let's move on to the next one, which I'm going to double check real quick if "Wanna See You" has been added. Holy shit, I'm in the wrong one, guys. I'm in the wrong folder. No wonder I don't see the other one. Oh my God, "Wanna See You" is right here. Oh my God. Guys, I'm so sorry. Your boy is so dumb. Oh, I love this. I love making mistakes with you guys. But let's hear "Wanna See You" now. Let's check it out.
Staring at the ceiling, why won't time go by? Counting all the minutes, now I'm far behind, but I don't really care.
Yeah, Lucco, I cannot hide the mistakes.
And it's you. 'Cause I wanna see you.
All right, so this is a pretty cool track. So far, my first impression, that first guitar, man, it is way too nasally, the way it's processed. I'd be curious to see like what your EQ looks like on that, because I think you're really removing some of the great things about acoustic guitar with the way that it's processed. Like it's very like high mid focused, and there's a lot of like added brightness that's a little distracting. But other sounds, like, man, there's a lot of background stuff going on that feels really good. And this is what I mean by like sound selection from the last thing. Like these sounds are not leveled the best. I think there's kind of an imbalance with the bass, and then once the drums come in, that kick is like way too loud. But the sounds themselves are really supporting the vibe of the track. So I think just with some of those tweaks, this track could very easily be in a much better place than where it is right now. But I enjoy the sounds very much so far. Let's pick it up right before it came in. Something else, your voice is not best represented, I think. One, I think you can sing that much more confidently. And what I mean, like, I have one of the hardest things I deal with when making these videos and when making music is vocal confidence. I suck at selling vocals, all right? I'm not the best at it. And someone commented recently, like a way that we can get into it is by acting, because you got to think like, you know, we want to give the best possible performance that we can with these songs. Sometimes like the raw and the real doesn't serve the song the best. Sometimes we have to kind of like be a little confident and sell the vocal a little more. So by using like, this is what the comment pointed out. It was like by using acting and picturing yourself in a scene Picture yourself selling something to a listener. That leads to better performance. And with that, I think if you had a little more vocal confidence and gave a better performance there, you wouldn't have to rely so heavily as much on the effects, because the effects right now are kind of drowning out the vocal. They're not really there to assist. So with the confident vocal, with the more confident vocal, you can kind of dial back how heavy the effects are, and it'll be more effective. That's something I'm still learning and trying to figure out to this day. But let's keep going. Yeah, like listen how loud that kick is.
When I think of her, every little heartbeat is ticking just for you. It's true. It's true. It's true.
So very cool transitions. I really enjoy, again, your sound selection. Just gotta better manage that a little bit. Because yeah, some elements are really just taking over the whole conversation, right? Your voice processing as well. I mean, yeah, it's a little too reverb drenched. The actual source vocal as well. It's just a little nasally, the way that it's processed. So it makes this and it's a little unpresent. Let's bring some of the lower mid richness to your voice back. I think that would really serve everything else, because everything else, not level wise, but tonally, sounds pretty balanced to me. So if we brought your voice a little more into that frequency, that lower mid area, I think it would fit a lot nicer than the way it's rubbing right now.
I wanna see
It'd be cool to do something much different here than what is here. Like instead of repeating this chorus, because you don't really want to fatigue your listener. And this, to me, repeating this chorus doesn't necessarily feel as necessary. Instead, I think what would be a lot cooler, because I know that we're breaking down here, some kind of like solo or new melodic element that's just like taking us somewhere new. Just because, yeah, I'm a stubborn listener and I have a short attention span. Well, let's keep going. This part feels nice.
Run through my mind every day and every night. I want you. You run through my mind every day and every night.
And again, like I mentioned about selling the vocal performance, because the way you're singing it, it makes it feel like you're hiding behind a tree a little bit. Like, I want to see you. I'm mad about you. Like, nah, if you're proclaiming this, because everything about the song is so loud. I don't mean like in a bad way. Is energy-wise, this is a loud song. Match that vocal. Like, if you want to see this person, tell them you want to see this person. If you feel so badly about them, tell them and sell that within the performance. Make them believe it. My friend, Ray B, I don't think you want to see me that bad. Listening to this, I think you can convince me a lot harder. That was silly. I'm sorry, guys. But let's keep listening.
I want you.
All So this energy right here is way, way above this energy that we pretty much leave off of. I like the idea of building this up right here and then dropping it off a little just to build back up into there. But try to get this right here, this energy before it drops back down. Try to get that closer to here, because otherwise when we get here, it feels like way, way bigger. And we want to feel kind of like a more natural transition into that, because it's still going to feel big, because you're playing with dynamics really well here. Like this is really building it up well. But yeah, once it hits like this kick, it's a punch in the chest. Let's keep going. Again, I want to feel like I'm in a different place here. You could even repeat the words and just put another element over top of it, I think. But just make me feel like I'm in a different part. Man, your sound selection in that was killer, in a very, very good way. I really enjoyed your sound selection. I think just controlling those dynamics a little bit. Dude, my dogs are freaking out. There must be something going on outside right now. But yeah, just my dog's distracted me from what I was going to say. I think leveling can be a little better on this. Just elements feel like they're just a little too out there. Bring that balance back. But really, really good job. I enjoyed this one. All right, next is going to be Cold Hearts. And I am in the right playlist this time. All right. And are there any comments that I missed out on? Like I said, guys, streaming is hard. All right, let's take a listen to Cold Hearts. I think it's a cool song. One, I'm missing a lot of low end presence, which doesn't always have to be, out there. But just hearing that intensity, my brain would feel a lot more tickled if there was a more present bass in this, or even just a more present kick drum. If you're not wanting to have a bass really present, just something in that area makes me feel like something's missing a little bit. The vocal, I agree, Lucco. The vocal placement is very interesting. One thing I think that would help a lot, because you have like this, first of all, the vocals are, I like the processing because it's weird, and it's kind of unique, but they're getting kind of jumbled together. It could be for a few reasons. First reason, these vocals are like in the same panning field almost, so it just feels like they're on top of each other. This higher vocal is like singing over this softer vocal, and it's kind of distracting. So I think maybe you could use panning to separate that, so I could really hear what this other higher vocal is doing, because it's just kind of getting thrown together with that other vocal, and it feels like two people talking over each other. But let's keep going. And how do you walk around All right, let's talk about that. Back it up. Park it. Put it in reverse. Back it up. It doesn't sound like the vocals are really with the rest of the song, and then there's like a couple of cuts and sounds in here that are really taking me out as a listener, and it doesn't feel necessarily like a something that's together. Everything kind of feels like it's doing its own thing a little bit. Let's take a listen. So like the vocals are whispering. It doesn't feel like it's matching this intensity of everything else that's going on. It's hard to kind of know what to expect and what is actually going on because everything's not playing nice with each other. Everything feels like it's fighting each other. I think just being a little more simple, not just with the effects, but just with the placement of everything and really trying to focus on getting a performance a little more to the grid and something that feels like it has a little more structure. Because right now it just feels like it's got no backbone. And it's kind of just the vocals are doing their own thing, the song is doing its own thing. I'd like to hear a little more togetherness. And then this cut right here, let's listen to that. So that felt like we just took another song, cut it on the one, didn't let anything like fade into it, and just stuck it right there. Like listen to that hard cut there. I played it. Let me back up a little. So how do we make this more cohesive? Only you can answer that. It's your song. I think just being more mindful about where your cuts are, where your placement is for things, would make this feel more natural, because it does not feel very natural. So listening to this, I'm going to say something. It doesn't feel like you know what to do for these parts and with the structure. It's very experimental and it's very out there. But as a listener, I feel like I don't know what to expect next just as much as you don't know what to expect next with this, which is, that sounds like a really bad thing to say. But it's mainly about transitions, and it's mainly about letting the audience know that, hey, we're clearly in another part right now. And that is done through our dynamics. That is done through our transitions. So I'm a dumb listener. I don't know much, all right? I'm just here to hear what you have to present to the world. And I'm really craving just something that's a little more put together and something that feels more natural with the transitions. How did you open my door? Guys, this freaking guy, he just opened my door with his nose. He's been doing that. That's crazy. Anyway, let's keep going. See, in this part too, the vocals feel like they're fighting each other. They should be helping each other. I don't know which one to listen to because they're both treated like lead vocals. So try to stick to one. I think there's a very clear vocal that I'm hearing going in and out. that is the vocal I think you need to kind of steer more closely toward because it sounds very strong. We're only 51 seconds into the song. I just realized this is a 4-minute song and we're 51 seconds in. That's crazy. But let's keep listening. Oh, I'm dumb. My marker is just on 51. Never mind. This is cool. I like this. This is cool. All of this that we went through to get to this part, worth it. That was worth it. Because this sounds really, really good here. And I think it sounds so good here. It feels like this has purpose. It feels like, I'm not saying this is what happened, but this is what it feels like happened. It feels like you knew that this is where you wanted to end up in the song and you stuck that landing so well. I just want to hear more of like this glued together structure and this feeling, because everything feels like it's really all over the place. But man, you really, really stuck that landing here. I want to play that again. That was good. Oh, man. Damn. Damn. That's all I can say. This last minute, man. What I hear, and I feel like I'm going too hard on this song. Sorry. I do it because I care. I hear something in this that I think has such a good idea and such a good potential because the foundation is there. I think we just need to kind of re-pour the foundation. This foundation feels like it's made of clay. We need to get a cement foundation in here. Once you have that cement foundation, man, if you take these principles in this last minute and apply that to the rest of this song beforehand, that's a good song. That's a really good song. And yeah, look, everyone in the comments, everyone loves the ending. Why are you going to make us get to the ending? But good job. Very excited to hear more from you, because I think there's something there, man. I really do. All right, next is called ITF Punch. What the hell do you guys name your songs? Why do you guys? What does this mean? There needs to be a song naming class that you all should go to. I need to go to it too. I don't know how to name songs. Let's listen.
Good friends should make you feel ashamed when you're the slightest inconvenience. Hey, 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 hey. I didn't quite catch your name. Was it always the plan to go insane?
Same thing. This is the most whimsical. It's abbreviated. What is it abbreviated for? FOST. Huh? What's it abbreviated? What does it mean? If you know, tell me, FOST. What's it abbreviated for? But the song itself, it's so whimsical and it's so theatrical. Again, the vocals. I want to hear you sell the vocals. It feels like you're shy. This is not the song to be shied on. This is meant to be like let yourself go a little bit. Be more expressive with it. It's fun. This is a what is Faust doing in here? Is Faust like somebody that I should know? What is Faust doing in here? Do you guys know each other? Oh, someone said it's the vibe of the presidents of the United States. I 100% agree. Listen to that is a perfect reference actually for this. Listen to those vocals of songs like Lump or Peaches. They're so expressive with the rest of the song. Because it's a cool jam. It's cool. Let's keep listening.
Oh, leave me be. Yeah, can't you see? I'm trying to eat my stupid lunch.
Stupid lunch.
That pitch into
Wow. It is very Mac DeMarco. Someone said it's Mac DeMarco. I think if the vibe is Mac DeMarco, Ben Folds plus, yep, that I 100% agree with that too. Man, this is interesting. Yeah, vocals need to say what the lyrics are saying. That's a good way to sum up what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this is cool. This is really interesting. Ooh.
good friends don't make you feel so loved, even when fists say otherwise.
You know why I think the production for this works really well? Like, I don't have a lot to say about the production itself. I think the vocals sound a little thin, and like I said about selling the vocals, but this works really well because it feels like a live performance. And it doesn't necessarily feel like a production. It feels like a bunch of people in a room just having a good time. And that makes me care a lot less about like the technicals, about like, oh, where I can hardly hear your kick drum. Oh, I want this more bass, whatever. Who gives a shit about that? Because this is fun. And this makes me forget about listening to the technicals. And it's a moving song. This is enjoyable. This is fun. Guy knows his theory too. I think he knows his theory a little too well. He's shown some of us who don't know theory. Look what I can do. Cool. You think you're cool, Clogs? No, it is cool. It's a cool track. Did you get a British accent out of nowhere? Am I crazy? Did you just start singing with a British accent? Did you have that the whole time? Where did that come from? Who is Clogs? What does ITF Punch mean?
They say you choose your friends, but I don't ever remember choosing If it meant being your friend, I'd let you crush my head.
Ooh, I like that. Guys, let's just listen to that. Oh, ITF in the face? In the face punch?
I can't
Is that what it stands for? In the face punch? Have you guys seen Twilight? Remember the movie that they go to see and the guy throws up and Jacob's like, couldn't handle that. In the movie called Face Punch that they go see? Are my Twilight fans in the house? Where's my Twilight heads at? Me and my wife are Twilight heads. Someone else said a little more dirt would help the mix. I do agree with that a little bit. I think a little goes a long way because there's a lot of really sharp accents and transients and all this like skedaddling going on. So if you do add a little more of that dirt or that saturation, a little goes a long way because that dirt that we're mentioning paired with just a lot of stuff going on can kind of be unpleasant and can kind of ruin the vibe because this has a really cool vibe just being clean. Are you guys responding about Twilight? What did you guys say about Twilight? I love Twilight, twin. Hell yeah, Kason. All I know about that movie is a lot of Muse. Wrong, just one song. One Muse song. It's during the baseball scene. And what's her name gets mad and Emmett's like, come on, babe, it's just a game. Guys, I love Twilight. I don't care.
wait, I can't wait, I cannot wait to be punched in the face. I can't wait, I can't wait, I will not wait to be punched in the face. I can't wait, I can't wait, I cannot wait to be punched in the face.
James Corden.
I can't wait.
James
I can't
Corden?
Wait, I will not.
Is that what that voice just said? James Corden?
James Corden.
Is this song about James Corden? Is that why you did like a British accent? Are you taking on James Corden right now?
I can't wait, I will not wait to be punched in the face.
Dude, my wife is gonna love this song. I'm gonna show her it later. She's gonna love it. Oh, same story? That was so fun. That was so fun. I seriously don't really have much feedback on that because of how expressive it is. I think one thing I would say about that, because it's very whimsical, it's very expressive. If we just reel it in just a little bit and just get some of the parts a little tighter, it would make those whimsical parts stand out and like be a little more effective. And I just mainly mean like little instances of timing between your voice and the instruments. It's fun. It's really fun. I'll pay 99 cents on iTunes for that, Michael J said. Holy crap. Do people still buy things on iTunes? Sassy Princess says, hey, I submitted 2 songs. They're a bit choppy and I'm not finished. Called Company. Real quick, for those of you just joining, if you want your song to be reviewed, essentially, we're going to be playing 5 songs at a time. So next time that I ask for a collection of songs, just whatever the first 5 I see, that's who I pick. We're doing these every other week. So if we don't get to yours today, I'm sure we'll get to it some other time. But we got one more, and it is Intro by Lucco, long-term fan of the channel. No, not a fan of the channel. You're a friend of the channel. I don't have fans. That was a cringy thing to say. I'm sorry, guys. That was silly. What is it? Intro? Oh, here it is. All right, Lucco says, this will be the intro to my album I'm producing at the moment, so I wanted to create a very calm but rising atmosphere. The quote in between will still be replaced with another one, so it's more of a placeholder thing now. By the way, this was actually my second try producing cinematic music. Well, let's listen. Real quick, the first thing I'm gonna say, I know it just started. If it's an intro to an album and you were going for cinematic, I'd recommend not just like starting it on the one, ease it in. We want to build that suspense. We want to build that tension. We don't just, I mean, not all case scenarios, but just hearing it for the first couple seconds, man, I think if you just eased it in there instead of hard going in, would feel much better. CatGBT says, can I be a friend of the channel? You are all friends of the channel. As long as you guys believe the same things I say, if you drink the Kool-Aid and fully commit yourself to the cult here, you can be a friend.
Well, now, really, when we go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling. You see, we don't say rising into love. There is in it the idea of the fall. And it goes back, as a matter of fact, to extremely fundamental things. That there is always a curious...
So it's cool. One thing I want to, well, two things I want to hear. It's building. I think what would be really interesting is we had a little more solid element that kind of guided us through. Whether it's like a little heartbeat, just like boom, boom. Like just something that we can get our placeholder in as an audience and not necessarily wait for just the next chord hit. Just something in between there would be really interesting. Someone else mentioned it and I was gonna bring it up too. That background noise, just the hiss or whatever effect it is, just bring it down a little bit or just high cut it a little bit. It's just a little too crackly in my ears. But let's keep going. This is good so far.
high at some point between the fall and the creation.
I'm feeling like pressure builds inside me. Another broken song. I hear it in the darkest night, and when I'm all alone, your voice is stuck in my head.
How'd you do that vocal? Tell me. How'd you do that vocal? It sounds like, I'm hoping it's a sample. I'm very much hoping that it's a sample or someone you know recording it. Because it sounds like it's an AI vocal. And I personally don't know how I feel about that. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Because it sounds a little too good to be true in there. Know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Your voice is stuck in my
Okay, it's a sample. I was hoping because like there's a little like choppiness from the stretching, and I was like, oh God, please don't be AI, please don't, because guys, I get here's a little dark side of being a YouTube music guy. I get emails weekly. Weekly doesn't sound like it's that much, but I get emails all the time from these companies that have these turn your voice into AI, somebody else's voice, or AI music making and all this other dumb shit. Like, who cares? Who cares, guys? Who cares about AI? I just wasn't hoping it was that, because there's a lot of good, authentic people out there to collaborate with and to do things with. So thank you for using samples. I just wanted to double check that.
Your voice is stuck in my
You elevated that sample so well. This is really good. This, coming back into this, I think you should pair that with just like a small impact, because just coming back on the vocals sounds a little too static. Here. It's like it just immediately resumes instead of having like some kind of transition impact. Man, pair with that. And honestly, this whole outro, like just this part coming from head and it all feeling melodic and feeling like it has motion, that can almost be like its own song on itself. Like, this is a good place to start a new song. So like your intro goes into this other thing that this was building off of. Like, man, it's a cool vibe. It's a really cool vibe. Ends abruptly. It ends right there. If the goal is to transition into a song, and like the next song essentially after the intro is another song, then yeah, 100% that's cool. It would be cool to have like some kind of other transition to get us there. But if this intro is fading out, and if this is the end of the intro, choose, like, I would much rather have this dynamic dun, 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 that arpeggiator working on the front end to help build that up, because you're bringing in this very rhythmic element at the end, and it's making me think that we're going somewhere when actually we're not going anywhere. We're ending it. So I would be a little more considerate about that, because that's a cool sound. So I'm very curious. Oh, you answered. Okay. I was placing it there because it is transitioning into the next song with the same chords, only another synth. Okay, awesome. I wouldn't recommend doing another synth. I would recommend continuing it with that synth, because it's going to make that transition feel a lot more natural, if that makes sense. But that's what I was hoping you would do. That's very cool. Okay. So guys, we're going to take a quick ad break here. Boombox is going to give you a little message. I 100% recommend Boombox for really any musician, because I hate using Google Drive for stuff. You can't annotate the way you want to. You can't add notes. This is like Google Drive made for specifically musicians. And plus, they just added a network where you can connect with other people. And like, look at these parameters that you can connect. It's its own social media for musicians, and it just makes file sharing, makes actual distribution, makes everything super easy. So I'm gonna play this ad real quick, and we will be right back.
Replace Dropbox, Google Drive, SoundCloud Pro, Disco, and DistroKid with Boombox, the all-in-one solution for musicians. Store your files, create playlists, request files, and distribute your music from one place at a single price. Access files on the go and stay synced with our mobile app and macOS app. Dive into our AI tools to spark creativity by generating chords and splitting stems. Search for your files by mood, genre, BPM, and key with our AI-powered advanced search. Share and collaborate with time-stamped feedback, password protection, and customized access permissions. Create professional playlists for pitching with analytics to see who's listening. Release your music into the wild with our inbuilt distribution. And request files from clients and collaborators with inboxes. Boombox, the all-in-one platform for musicians.
All right, we're back from the ad. When you guys are ready, you can distribute to Spotify using Boombox, Cat GPT. Now that we're back, next 5 songs, go. I got my notes here. All right, Polaroid, Brotherman, Aldo, Demo Pop, again and again, and Bittersweet, ending with Bittersweet. Well, not ending the stream, but the next 5 has been decided. This is fun, guys. I hope you're having a good time. I am. I've been really looking forward to these. So, let's get into the next 5, guys. Oh, I gotta pee. I should have peed while I was on break. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is Polaroid, and that had a bunch of weird symbols in it. Here it is. Is this like a she's broken, he's okay type thing? Am I looking for a secret message in the OAO? God, I'm such a jackass. I'm sorry. All right, let's listen to Polaroid.
I'm leaving your suitcase unpacked for when you get back.
So this is another song that I think with more thoughtful sound selection can really take this song to the next level. I think the sounds are just dating it a little bit. It sounds very early 2000s, which again, if that's the vibe, then you've nailed it. But if you want it to feel, Diego, did I skip you? Hold on, guys. I want to hold up the allegations. I just went in the order. If I skipped you, that's my bad. I just went in the order that the things came up that I saw. So if I missed it, I'm sorry. But especially with the drums, that hi-hat that's over here on my left side is super, super static. And there's better sounds out there. Like even if you're just looking for something free, like Steven Slate Drums 5, like the default kit from SSD 5, the free one, would sound a million times better on these drums than that. But yeah, it's just dated a little bit, but it's nice. You have a really good voice. I can hear everything pretty presently. I'm just curious about different sounds in this.
I'm not thinking straight.
It is very trained. These are live drums? Michael J, these are live drums? Well, I feel like I'm embarrassed now. Try layering them with sample drums to thicken them up. because they don't sound as big as I think they should be. Oh, thank you, Diego. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think just like beefing them up a little with some layered samples would sound really good. But this is good. This is good so far.
Learning to deal with the cards I'm dealt. It's all in my hand.
Really good guitar tones.
But that's the price I pay for loving you back.
Close mic toms. Way too loud. They have a lot of boominess to them, and I think my perspective on drums, like live recorded drums, is that most of your goodness is going to come from the overheads, right? To me, the close mics are more supplemental, and they're there to support the picture of the overhead. So I almost want to hear you rely more on the overhead sound than the close mic sound about those rotating toms, because they're just a little loud and it's just a little discombobulating. But I love the structure of this. You could have very easily just went the full, da, 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 but you didn't. You went different, and that brought a really good vibe to it. I burped and I couldn't say anything. Sorry.
Now I'm dreaming of you. You're back in our bed. Polaroid of us is all I have left. Telling stories of how you used to make me laugh. Your memory is more than a photograph. I'll choose you over again.
This is my favorite part right here. I like that.
I'll choose you over again.
Man, your vocals are really strong. I definitely hear the backing vocals in there too. I think they could be brought out a little more. Like I can hear the layers in there. Just feel like they're buried under it a little bit. Bring them out. Let's show the world. I feel like it's really gonna help fill some of that naked space that I'm hearing with this. It sounds good. Like, don't get me wrong, things are so clear. They're a little too clear, and bringing in those harmonies a little more, maybe making your voice a little more wet, or making the total picture a little more compressed, a little more grit, something. But man, I hear the harmonies in there. I want to hear them more.
I'll choose you over again. I'll choose you over and over again. Who am I supposed to be?
That was holy shit. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Listen to that one more time.
Who am I supposed to be?
Oh my God, that was so good. That felt so good. Dude, Aldo has been killing it with everything that he's been saying. The voice suits the genre and the song so well. 100% agree. This would have definitely been on the radio in the early 2000s. Yes, 100%. But guys, it's not a little vocal, the ooh, back down to it. Oh my God. That was so good. Like, man, I almost crave a lot more of this intimacy that we're hearing here in some of these parts over here. Like, that feels powerful. That feels really powerful. I want to hear that one more time. Listen to that.
Who am I supposed to be?
Yeah, Aldo. You know what? Aldo, you need to come on the stream. Not actually, but you should, because you could feel the emotion. This is what I mean by, like, again, this is my biggest struggle. What I hear a lot of people's other biggest struggle is too with vocals. Selling the performance. I feel sold. I believe you. I believe you. Who are you supposed to be? I don't know. I believe you. I wish I had the answer. That's what this vocal right here makes me feel, that I wish I could jump through the computer and give you the answer that you're asking for in the song. It's a solid little, man, that stood out. I like that a lot.
Living in no man's land.
Did it again.
Where do I belong? Who am I supposed to be?
Now you're just showing off.
Now that you're gone. Living in no man's land. Where do I belong?
The only thing I think you could do, or would do wonders to this ending here, dissolve it as time goes on. Start to like just slowly cut out of a different layer as it goes, so it like dissipates by the time it's done. It's just you and like barely a guitar by the time it's done. Because like, it's kind of like a house fire. Like you're sitting there in front of your house as it's burning down. And eventually, I mean, the fire goes out because the whole thing's burnt down. What are you left with? Nothing. That's what this last part makes me feel. So like slowly removing instruments at a time and removing everything and gradually bringing everything down is like the last little support beams of the house that are just falling down. But this was a really good performance. I enjoy this. That's all. That's all I have to say. All right, next song is Brotherman. That's the next one I have on here. What's up, Brotherman? Version 5 of Brotherman. Performance video here. I'm not watching the performance. We're listening here on Boombox. This isn't a YouTube sponsored stream. This is a Boombox sponsored stream. Oh, you're right there in the comments. And now I feel like an asshole. All right, made this song for my brother's 40th birthday. I play drums in a band with him. I love my brother. Hell yeah. Love me some brotherly love.
Oh my goodness, lordy, lordy, look at you, you're friggin' 40. What a brother, what a guy, such a badass, I cannot lie. You shred so hard.
Why are you having me give feedback on this? I feel like I shouldn't be listening to this. This is adorable. Like, man, you wrote it for your brother. That's so sweet. I don't want to say anything about this, but I will. Drum sound. It's a really cool vibe, but because of how crushed it is, this whole beginning part, like once it breaks down into the verse here, no, I don't have anything too bad to say. Don't worry. Once it breaks down here in the verse, I can hear the drums a lot more clearly and hear the beat. But while everything is going on, just how crushed everything is and how distorted everything is, it's kind of hard to make it out. And it just sounds like you ran the whole entire track through Do you guys remember the Boss metalcore pedal? You guys remember that? Did everyone just stop using the metal zone? Was it metal zone? Yeah, metal zone. Yeah, did everyone stop using that? But it sounds like the whole track was just ran through that. So we want to preserve some like the natural qualities of the drums, I think, while still squashing them, while still distorting them. That is all I have to say for now.
Drum so smooth, voice angelic, mellow, Brotherman.
The vocal effect too. I'd be careful with where the low end rolls off with that, because again, some of like the megaphone effect can, depending on certain people, like especially with men, this works on more gentle female vocals a lot better, in my opinion, like this extreme of that effect. Because we got lower registers for the most part. I think we're missing some of that. So if you just dial back that low cut a little more and bring back some of like the mid lows, it'll make the vocal a little more full, because it's just a little too nasally at the moment.
You're my brother, man, and I love you, man, 'cause you're the fucking man.
This is awesome. Guys, we need to stop, fellow. This is a note to my fellow fellows out there. This is coming from someone who has a 98% male watch audience. So I know this channel is a boys channel, all right? There's no women here. Just a bunch of stinky boys making indie rock. But guys, can we do this more for other men instead of sending like Andrew Tate clips to each other? Like, this is what being a man is. It's about just radically loving your brothers, man. That shit's so cool. Guy, can we stop podcasting? All right? Podcasting equipment needs to be more expensive. Stop podcasting. Stop looking for your Bugatti. Stop grinding. Write a song for somebody, another man that you care about. That is how we heal as men. That is how we heal, being able to share things with each other. Write a fucking song for your best friend, man. That's so cool. If I got sent a song by my best friend that he wrote talking about that, man, what a great thing that you did. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up. I really, really support this. It makes me proud of you that to do something out of the kindness of your own heart, to write a song for somebody. Your brother. That's so cool, man. I'm sorry. Tangent over.
You're a winner, you're a champ. Make us laugh, you're such a scam.
Although said we all got our socks on here. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. I love that so much. All right, back to seriousness, guys. I'm goofing around too much.
Perfect mustache, winning smile. Best big brother by a mile. You shred so hard. You drum so smooth. Voice and
So, something else that I hear, and it's okay to have, everything like mono. All right, we don't always need to stereo stuff out, but I think what helped this song a lot is to stereo out a little more, because things just feel like they're competing a little too much. Because this is an important song. Like, you've seen my reaction to this. I love it. I like it. But a lot of the elements are getting kind of just jumbled together. Or if we had that stereo separation, everything had its own space to breathe in, it would make what you're saying much more impactful. Hope that makes sense. Oh, it was down. Sorry. Back on normal. Oh my god. This end part, dude. That ending was so big. I gotta hear the last note. What do you do right there? Oh, just a bunch of bass noises. Dude, that's gonna be in my head. That's gonna be in my head all night. This was good, man. This was really good. Yeah, I just think a couple tweaks here and there. It's kind of like the last song that we listened to, where there's like so much emotion and so much whimsical nature going on. When it's like this kind of thing, it takes me out of listening for production specifically. And I think that's much more effective than doing like cool production tricks or whatever. If you have an effective song, it stands on its own. A good song is a good song. And you can't necessarily like good production your way out of a bad song. A bad song's always going to come through, but a good song is also always going to come through. I really enjoyed this. I'd love to hear the things that I mentioned, but let's move on. So next song on here is going to be Aldo. Oh, we're getting to Aldo. Hell yeah. Or Aldo. Aldo the Apache. Demo Pop is Aldo's song, or Aldo. Aldo or Aldo here. Don't really have a name for it. Made what I have in 2 hours. This is a personal challenge. Didn't finish the lyrics, so I just copy and pasted the same verse. Felt inspired using the alternative indie pack you made. I used the Kevin drums, and I don't remember which synths and vocal presets. Wow, great advertising. Aldo/Aldo. Speaking of great advertising, a lot of you have been asking for the MIDI drum. I'm sorry, I was reading comments. I forgot what I was saying. A lot of you have been asking about the MIDI drum workshop. Where's the MIDI drum workshop, Trev? You talked about this months and months ago. Guess what, guys? It's coming out tomorrow. All right? It'll be available tomorrow. MIDI drum workshop. One of my favorite projects I've done. It's out tomorrow. That's all. Now let's listen to Aldo/Aldo. Ooh! Damn, dog, you're doing good advertising for my packs. Listen to that.
Time went by, it's like we already knew.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Shadows dance where sunlight never grew. So you looked at me, I looked at you. Felt all the words start to come on through. From day to night, dusk till dawn. Started catching feelings I knew were wrong. Guess the words don't mean.
So I love this. I love it, guys. I like it a lot. The only thing I would want, because like all the instrumentation through here sounds the same. I almost want to hear like a couple. I know you're adding like some more elements as time goes on and like some little things. I like them to be a little more prominent. Like there's some like weird background. It almost sounds like Car Radio by 21 Pilots. There's like this weird sound in the beginning. It almost sounds like that. Having that a little more present, man, that'd be cool. This is very summer vibes. This is awesome. I like this. I like it a lot.
Like a bell that doesn't ring. Actions just mean more than promises that we made before. Let the magic take its time.
Man, you have such a good vocal tone. It matches everything right now, sound selection, your voice. There's a couple like mixing tweaks in here, but I mean, I don't want to be super technical. I would love to hear more. I know you did this in 2 hours, but I would love to hear more of your voice in this, like some more layers, some more harmonies. Because man, you have such a good vocal tone that I feel like matches this really well. I think Maramu Studio summed it up pretty well. Mix needs work, but production works. You can always add more, but your voice is enough sometimes. Think of harmonies. Yeah, exactly. It feels really good. And the good thing, again, about having good sounds to begin with is that, I say having good sounds, you're using my production pack. I'm not trying to sound like a conceited douchebag, but having good sounds makes mixing so much easier. Like I can easily hear the tweaks that need to be made. But man, this is really good so far. Ooh, let me rewind that. Yeah, like this part right here. Again, I know you had the, yeah, I do hear Moon Taxi. Yeah. This part right here. Again, I know you're pressed for time, but having just the just that little harmony pairing that moves it to a new part. And it would make it feel like you don't have to add that much to this to make me feel like I'm in like the pre-chorus or whatever next part of the song that I'm in. Like this is good, man. This is really good. I'd love to hear this chorus bigger, because it doesn't feel energy-wise. And I mean, we can even see this with like the leveling. Like everything's pretty flat. There's not a lot of like differing dynamics in here. But having like making this part feel bigger with either just adding like, you know, a tambourine or a bigger overall pad that's kind of like grounding everything. Man, that would make this part much more effective. This is I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm just going to keep playing it. Let the silence speak its mind. Leave the worries far behind. Let the magic take its time. In a moment undefined. Let the silence speak its mind. Leave the worries far behind. It's a world not gone. But yeah, okay, so this exactly. You are on the microphone. You've gone from like here, right? Like here to here. Like you're very close and intimate and personal in this part right here. I know you didn't finish the bridge. I know. But you're right here and you're intimate. I feel like all of this needs to be brought down to that level, that more intimate level. Because the music still feels like it's, you know, here when the vocals are back down here. Let's bring the music down here a little bit too, just to match it. Did you go? I love that. If you did that, that was cool. All right, this repeats way too much without developing differently. I think it'd be cool if you just went like balls to the wall, just all out. Just your love, just your love. Like, just something else. Because yeah, this last part is dragging on way, way too long. Cool. Cool. That was cool. Yeah, main thing again. Oops. I think it just sounds too much the same throughout the whole song. As far as like level wise. Like I always try to think when I structure songs as like a movie structure. I think I mentioned this last stream. But like, you know, you don't have a movie on 10 the whole time. You know, movie starts off here, then we have this climax, then drops back down here and here, and it balances this. This, if it had more balancing performance and more dynamics to it, it'd move a lot. It'd be moving different. But really, really good job. Someone asked how Rat 7000. Guys, what are these names? Do you guys just like not think about your names when you put them? Like, I don't want to call you Rat. How often are you going to be doing these? Every other week. Every other Thursday. I'll be on here. All right, so next song is Again and Again. Version 24. 24? Why are you doing 24? Good Lord. And real quick, because I know some people are joining. If you want feedback on your song, read the description. It'll tell you all the rules on how you can submit, how I pick songs, essentially, as well. This is 4 of this batch of 5 songs. So after the 5th song, we're going to do another ad break. I'm going to go pee real quick. And then we're going to pick the last 5 songs. We're only going to be doing like 15 songs at a time on these. But let's listen to Again and Again. My name is Tough. What do you mean? Holy shit, that's so funny.
Ago I saw you in class. I wanted to, but I was too scared to ask. Took a shot to embarrass myself, but you didn't seem like everyone else. After
So again, oh God, my dog's barking. Hold on. I need to tell him to stop because he won't stop. These dogs, man, they just bark and bark and bark. I think recording it, we listened to another song earlier. I don't know if you're on there during that or not. DI. Let's all collectively agree on this call. This is not a call. It's a live stream. Let's all collectively agree on this live stream to move away from the DI acoustic sound. I haven't, me personally, I haven't heard enough examples of it to work well. Unless you're Alice in Chains, then you can do whatever you want because those sounds are the best. But I think that would improve this a lot because it's not bad for GarageBand. Like, I think people shit on GarageBand quite a bit. But I think moving to a recorded acoustic guitar would make it feel a lot better than what it is.
Months ago I saw you in class. I wanted to, but I was too scared to ask. Took a shot to embarrass myself, but you didn't seem like everyone else. After 2 failed hangout plans, I was looking forward to seeing you again. Looking back, I didn't hide it too well. It was obvious how hard I felt. You're the spark I never knew I missed. Something about you I won't forget. Every laugh, every quiet kiss feels like the story ain't done yet. If I could do it all once more, I'd walk right through that classroom door. I wouldn't change I did. Yeah, I'd fall for you all over again.
So I know it's GarageBand. I think you can do what you can do in Logic in GarageBand. And what I feel personally is missing from this is just a better balance of layers. There are like interesting layers going on there, but all I can hear is the hi-hat and a little bit of the snare and the acoustic guitar. I think just a better balance. And I don't know if I've told you guys this. There's a really cool trick that you can do to directly hear what is competing. It's called the mono trick. Essentially what you do is you put a plugin on the master that is able to just switch it all to mono. All right, no tonal characteristics, just putting it in mono. And what you do is you level that way, and you level everything right there, dead center in the middle. It pushes even centered stereo sounds to mono. And we're able to hear directly what competes, because I can hear that there's layers in there, Austin. I hear the layers. They need to be better represented to fill the space. Because right now there are 3 elements that's taking over the entire song. We want more of that cohesion. So we mix things in mono. We hear directly what is competing with what, right? After we take it out of mono, everything will feel like it has a space. It's my favorite trick. It's like the only trick I go by. Because with production, I don't think there's necessarily like tricks or cheat codes or whatever. I don't like using terms like that. But the mono trick is the best way to really understand that clarity. So I'd love to hear just this with that clarity, if that makes sense.
I saw you walking through that porch glow. It was cold and you were wearing your coat. I wondered if you'd know how far I want us to go. You laughed at something dumb I said, and I turned bright red instead. Funny how a simple night could make everything
in here, I have a really hard time hearing your vocals. Mainly, they're not really different. They're not treated differently than the verse. And it makes the transition into the chorus a lot harder to hear because they're treated the same as this part before. Whereas I think you need to treat them more of like, you know, we're in the chorus. How can we bring them to life a little more? What can we do differently to fill that space?
Every laugh, every quiet kiss feels like the story ain't done yet. If I could do it all once more, I'd walk right through that classroom door. I wouldn't change a thing I did. Yeah, I'd fall for you all over again. Now it's late nights on the phone.
Because yeah, see how like loud your voice is there now? What I'm guessing, I'm probably totally wrong about this, but what I'm guessing is that all the vocals are on the same track through the whole song, and it's like a fight between leveling for different sections, essentially. That's what it feels like. Again, I'm probably 100% wrong on that. But let's treat the vocals for the section instead of treating them for the entire song. Because when we pay attention more to the section, it makes the whole entire song feel a little more cohesive, if that makes sense.
Rolling your eyes despite the love you've shown. You still smile when I hold your hand, and I smile because I'm your man. You say whatever when I get too sweet, but your cheeks go red, I feel complete. You hide a smile when I say too much, but you don't let go when we touch.
That was cool.
Spark I never knew I missed. Something about you I won't forget. Every laugh, every quiet kiss feels like the story ain't done yet.
Yeah, hear how your vocals are like fight, like everything's fighting now. There's a shaker, and that's a little too loud. I'm telling you, if you put all this stuff in mono and just listened, like really deeply listened to what elements are competing with each other, and just take it one element at a time to make sure each one is properly represented and not overpowering something else, that would help this out a lot.
If I could do it all once more, I'd walk right through that classroom door. I wouldn't change a thing I did. Yeah, I'd fall for you all over again. If I can't give you one last dance, if I couldn't hold your hand.
Because now it feels like everything is fighting each other. This vocal is like, it sounds like it's struggling and fighting everything else under it.
Right back all of those damn tears. I'd do it with no regret. If I couldn't see you again, I'd don't know if you left. I wanna stay with you until the end. I'd give you all my last breath. It's all for you again.
Cool. Yeah, I think the foundation is great. And what I like about your voice is there's a lot of vulnerability in it. And it sells the performance pretty well. But yeah, the mix is, it's a little hard to hear important elements and hear a space and hear a balance and that separation between certain elements. So yeah, I just go back to the mixing stage. And it's hard because, like, again, with that trick I mentioned earlier, like the mono trick or just mixing in general, leveling in general, really. the more that you add, the more elements that you have to listen to and have to be mindful of. And it's hard. It's very, very hard. And it takes a while to get comfortable with that. But your actual layering that you have in the song makes sense. And I think the sound selection itself is pretty decent. But until those layers are represented and have their own space in the mix, especially like you can use panning more efficiently. Leveling is a big thing with this. Once you have that separation, I think this will feel much, much better. But great job. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Bittersweet. All right. Hey Trev, love your videos and I aspire to make a living off my music. This is something I made yesterday after getting back from my 2-month-long trip to Hong Kong. It's a bit of a rough draft, but the idea is there. Feel free to be harsh on critique. It helps. Thanks. All right, let's take a listen. Ba-na-da-na-na. No? Am I the only one? Okay. Man, it's definitely got that what the hell? Why is your chat so bright? It's definitely got that Mac DeMarco Men I Trust sound. The layers themselves I think are really, really well. It's just the drums. The drums are so distracting. Mainly with that hi-hat. The hi-hat feels like, you know those little like toy drum sets that are like this big? Like I have a Christmas ornament that's like it. It sounds like the hi-hat on that. It's really, really distracting. I think some softer but more firm dead drum sounds would sound much better on this. Not sure what program that you are using. But drum sounds are a little distracting. Yeah, that snare is super, super underrepresented as well. Like that ride is taking over the entire drum sound. And it makes me lose a sense of rhythm. Because that snare, it's like the snare's gone because of how much of this ride that you're letting into everything. Because yeah, like remove the drums and just listen to the guitar and the synth and the bass. Everything there is working together. Those drums are just so distracting. Is there supposed to be vocals with this? Or is this an instrumental? Just let me know. Because then, depending on what you say, I have things to say. Boss, what the hell is jizz jazz? What is jizz jazz? Don't ever say jizz jazz in my chat again. That's not a type of jazz. What the hell are you talking about? So when my wife comes home from her friend's house, I'm gonna put on some jizz jazz. So what I was gonna say about this, because I haven't seen the comment yet, because I don't know if this is like meant to be an instrumental or if it's meant to be something to add vocals to later. The one thing that I'm missing is no one gonna mention in the comments jizz jazz? Is no one gonna answer me about that? If it isn't a type of jazz, we need to make it. No, we don't. We don't need to make jizz jazz. That's not something we need to do. I'm missing kind of direction with melody. And that's why I ask if it's like, are there meant to be vocals on this or is it an instrumental? If it's an instrumental, I as a listener don't really want to be lost in the sauce the whole time. I want some kind of melody to guide me through it. Whereas if you had a vocal on it, like that's an obvious thing to guide because then, you know, I hear certain motifs, I hear melody, and it transports me to the next section. Here, I just feel like I'm just drifting kind of aimlessly, which is good. I think music should be that. You know, I love Aphex Twin as much as the next guy. All right. But there's a movement and a direction with the use of melody that I think would suit this track really, really well. But let's finish it up here. Oh, it ends very abruptly. Yeah, I think like a spacey end would suit that a little better because everything else about this is spacey. Or even ending the same way that we came in to the song. Like how cool would it be to remove all the other elements like the guitar and the synths and bass from here and just drums? So just think of drums. And that's where it ends. And it's kind of like a, you know, a circle feeds back into the beginning. But very good, cool vibes. I'm gonna play another ad, and then when I come back, we are going to do the last 5 songs of the evening. So when I come back, have your fingers ready. Don't comment it now. Don't comment it now. But when I come back, I'm gonna ask for the next 5. Be ready to give me the next 5. All right? Be right back.
Replace Dropbox, Google Drive, SoundCloud Pro, Disco, and DistroKid with Boombox, the all-in-one solution for musicians. Store your files, create playlists, request files, and distribute your music from one place at a single price. Access files on the go and stay synced with our mobile app and macOS app. Dive into our AI tools to spark creativity by generating chords and splitting stems. Search for your files by mood, genre, BPM, and key with our AI-powered advanced search. Share and collaborate with time-stamped feedback, password protection, and customized access permissions. Create professional playlists for pitching with analytics to see who's listening. Release your music into the wild with our inbuilt distribution. And request files from clients and collaborators with inboxes. Boombox, the all-in-one platform for musicians.
Dude, that was crazy. The ad stopped and I sat right back down. That was crazy. I thought I was gonna miss it. Am I out of matches? I was gonna light a candle, but I'm out of matches. Unbelievable. All right. Cat GBT said, whose song was that, by the way? I don't know, because all they left was their email. Guys, I didn't say yet. Stop writing songs. Oh my God, stop. I didn't say. You guys don't listen. Holy shit, you guys don't listen. Stop sending songs if you spam songs. Stop fucking spamming songs. You guys don't listen. I'm not clicking any of these because you guys don't listen. Dude, stop spamming your song. I know you want your song played. You gotta stop spamming your songs. That's crazy. Holy shit. Stop. And something too, because we're going to be doing these a lot. I really want to enforce the rules because fairness comes from the rules, right? So when you guys submit, make sure that you're reading. I understand. Okrim, I'm not yelling at you. I promise. You're not the one I'm yelling at right now. All right? You're not the one I'm yelling at. Make sure you guys read the description because it gives very clear yeah, read the description, dog. You know there are rules. Don't lie to me. You know there's rules. Because just look right under the submission link. Rules and submissions. I try to make it as clear as possible. Submit one song. That's it. Not 5. Some of you, one person submitted 9 songs, and I've asked them not to do that. Don't submit more than 1. Don't submit covers. Whenever I say to tell me the song, because I'm trying to pick the first 5, then do that. But not right now, because I'm going just by the first 5. So, are we good? All right. Stop spamming. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Write your song. And I'll write down the first 5 that I see, and that'll be the last 5 for the night. All right, I want to know. That is the first one I see. I don't know how the hell to say that, but that's the second one. Pretty in the dark. Holy moly, these are going too fast. All that you see, and if you don't feel me anymore. Those are the last ones we're gonna do for this evening. Watch. As soon as I say that, the viewer number is just gonna go boop. Everyone's dipping after their song's not played. All right, so I want to know Chai de Corajem, Pretty in the Dark, All That You See, If You Don't Feel Me Anymore. Those are the last songs for this evening. But we're going to do this every other week, guys. All right? You'll get your song played. Patience. Good things take time. All right, let's get into this. So first is I Want to Know. Maramu Studio, please stop sending songs. It's spamming. I know it's not fair. But again, we're doing these every week. Diego, I'm not skipping you on purpose, buddy. I promise. I'm reading the first 5 things I see, guys. All right? I don't have it out for people. You get skipped sometimes. I'm sorry. First song, I Want to Know. Marma, I know you sent one song. I'm saying don't spam in the chat. Because the thing is, like, what happens, real quick, just when you're sending your song, I know the timing's a little broken. Shit happens. But when you're sending your song in the chat, just say it once. Don't keep sending the song name over and over and over and over and over again, because it makes it really hard to keep up. I don't have mods. I should have mods. How do I get mods? Yeah, why did viewer count go up? What the fuck? But yeah, it just makes it hard to keep up, and it's like just this overwhelming thing. I want to be fair. I'm new to live streaming. All right, trying to be fair. But let's get into this. All right, so this is I want to know.
I wonder how it will be. Will we fly or be the same? Will the streets all be golden? Oh, 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 oh. I don't know what it feels to be in heaven. I don't know what it feels to sing holy. Is it a dream or real?
So it's soft, it's intimate. I think musically it works really well. The vocals in this kind of take me out of it. They're breathy, which I think they should be breathy. They're soft. They're just a little too upfront in the mix per se. Like I think let me take it back from here. I'll be honest, I was getting a little distracted with some of the comments. But let's listen to it real quick when it picks up again. Yeah, the vocal's way too loud. But I like it. It's got a cool vibe. Yeah, because like listen to all the dynamic stuff that's going on in there. There's like these accented hits. They don't really have their representation because the vocals are like right here, man. Like it's really loud and personal. Like let's just bring it back a little. And then just if you want to build that intensity and you want to build that fullness, add layers. I think here I think they're just double tracked. Very soft, very intimate. Feels good. But let's dial them back a little as things pick up.
I wonder how it would be. Will we fly or be?
Guys, my wife is in the chat, everybody. She was in the chat last time and I missed her. She's there. Big Mike. Love you, baby. Hi. I'm a bit, I guess so. My wife is here. Sierra said it sounds like a Claro song. Is it a Claro song? Is this a cover? Is this a cover? Guys, don't, it better not be a cover. I'm gonna keep playing it. If it's a cover, I gotta cut it. Okay, so honey, can you tell Sierra that she's just wrong? See? I don't know, Felipe? Yeah, relax, babe. I just want to make sure because covers get my videos taken down. So I just want to make sure that it's not. Oh, okay. Vibes like Claro. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I'm not a mind reader. I don't understand my wife all the time. My bad. Unis, don't listen to the whole song if it doesn't keep you there, and you could do more songs. Cough, cough, neighbor mime is, well, you're definitely not getting your shit played. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this person's song because they waited for it and they followed the rules. So Felipe, you should listen to Claro because I think there's a lot of tonal similarities that you could get that inspiration from, because Claro is very soft and very present with the way she sings. The production is very similar. I think having some Claro stuff would be a really good reference for you to know how to balance those softer voices, pull them back a little, and let them feel as an instrument that's working with everything else versus just a vocal that's over top of all the instruments. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And then same thing with that little call and response too. It's they're just like polar opposites. The vocals are. This vocal, like the main vocal, is super present, and it's like it's right there and personal. And then this background vocal that's doing that call and response, that one's now too quiet. Whereas if we just bring them both a little closer together, we have a really interesting call and response there. I think that background synth can be a little louder too. Everything feels good about this. It's just how do I say this? It's just I'm sorry guys. I was frazzled. I got angry at the chat and I'm frazzled now about what I have to say. It's just a little better balance, I think, would really do the song justice. But this was good, man. This was really good. Next one is, I think you said that this was Turkish. Çay de Koracağım. I know I'm butchering that. So my apologies. But let's take a listen.
Eu vim de outro lugar, não tão distante, pronta pra encontrar uma parte que me.
Stop saying just jazz. Guys, stop trying to make jizz jazz happening. It's not a thing, all right? We're not making it a thing.
Falta.
Oh, Portuguese. Okay, I think there was someone else who submitted a Turkish, or they were Turkish. So that's where I got that confusion.
Não pretendo fingir, dizer que estou feliz.
Jizz jazz is not a real thing. All right. Jizz jazz. Oh my God, it is a thing. What the fuck? That's what Mac DeMarco's music is called? Jizz jazz? Guys, I am so sorry that I doubted you. That's crazy. All right, back to the feedback. Sorry. Yeah, definitely a lot of static within the vocal. Either like the input is like tuned way too high and these are extra hard compressed. But the dynamics of this so far, everything feels like it's squeezed a little too hard. It doesn't feel like the dynamics really breathe, because like the vocals are so pretty. But the guitar with the vocals, everything is like too compressed together and everything is too squeezed. Whereas just having some room to breathe, letting things naturally feel like they're in a space, that's where this would feel more comfortable. But it's very, very beautiful singing and playing so far.
Não quero mais fugir, mas pra mim já deu a hora. Vi o que tinha pra ver, errei sem querer. Senti o sabor do prazer, depois eu não quis mais saber. Deixei o cabelo crescer, cortei e pintei com poder. Já fiz minha
Nice,
mala
guys.
pra ir, tô pronta pra ser.
I like this.
Cheia de coragem, me entrego pra essa viagem sem pressa.
Man, you know what would really make this? Because the instrumental itself, like I said, it is a little too compressed for my personal taste. Having some more harmonies and vocal layers in there would really, really help this, because this moves really, really well. But some more like vocal fullness from, like I said, having just extra layers. Maybe if you just double track it, but turn the double tracking down and pan it hard left and right. So there's just like a space filled for these vocals, because the vocals, because of how hard they're processed, just sound a little too thin for my personal taste. But this is really good so far. I dig it.
Com vontade, a graça é ser de verdade.
Don't tell me the lyrics are so funny, Felipe, because I don't speak the language. Like you guys have an inside joke that I'm not allowed to know.
Cheia de coragem, me entrego pra essa viagem sem pressa, com vontade. A graça é ser de verdade. A graça é ser de verdade. De verdade. Cheio o
Oh
cabelo crescer.
shit, that was crazy. Did you guys hear that? One more time.
De verdade. Cheio o cabelo
Oh, that was
cresceu.
so weird. I've never heard something like that in a song before. Not that I haven't heard like tremolo or like this effect. That like threw me off so hard, but then immediately threw me back in. That was so interesting. What did you guys feel about that? I felt like that was really, really cool.
Cortei e pintei com poder.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Já fiz minha mala pra ir, tô pronta pra ser eu. Cheia de coragem, me entrego pra essa viagem sem pressa, com vontade. A graça é ser de verdade. Cheia de coragem, me entrego pra essa viagem sem pressa, com vontade. A graça é ser de verdade. Enquanto estiver aqui.
Oh my god. Dude, this, I didn't even realize that we just moved into like a whole different kind of beat like that. This is seriously good production. Like, again, I feel what I feel about the vocals, because again, it feels like the singer is on their own throughout this whole thing, while all the backing vocal, like I think a little more vocal accompaniment, more things to accompany the vocals would just lift it just a little more. But the production of this song, man, this moves, man.
Enquanto estiver aqui, não vou parar.
Oh, that vocal delay was nice.
Cheia de coragem, me entrego pra essa viagem sem pressa e com vontade. A graça é ser de verdade.
Oh, guys, that was good. That was so good. Ray B says that song has a lot of potential. I think it's got more than a lot of potential. I think it's a pretty well produced song. Yeah, I think just more vocal layers added to that and not anything crazy. Because there's a lot of movement going on, and the more you add to it, you got to be a little careful. Because we don't want to overdo it and distract from like all the other elements that's going on. But man, this song moves. Yeah, I don't understand the lingo, but I definitely put this on my playlist. It's going to have me dancing in my socks and briefs while cleaning. Great vibes. I agree. I would 100% put that on my playlist. Very good vibes. All right, next is going to be Pretty in the Dark. You and me going pretty in the dark. Do you guys like, does anyone like Nitty Gritty Band up in here? You guys aren't releasing that song. Why aren't you releasing it? Unbelievable. All right. Pretty in the Dark. Would love to get your feedback on this one. Everything is recorded live, but I'm not 100% happy with the vocals as well as the overall mix. Any help is appreciated. Let's go. So the first thing I'm noticing is, well, I guess let me ask this, because like you said everything is recorded live. So are you intending for this to be a live performance, or is this something you're wanting to produce and add more production to it? Because if this is like the live performance and you want to make it feel like a live performance, there's not much you can do here. But there's elements that don't really go together. I mean, you have open hi-hats paired with an acoustic guitar. It can be cool, but it's missing a lot of that oomph. And it's missing a lot of the grit and intensity to match with the drums, essentially. Everything sounds a little thin just sonically, but intensity-wise, I mean, I think there needs to be a lot more layers here to match the vibe of the rest of the elements, essentially. It just feels like there's a discrepancy between everything. Hold on. The best parts of the stream is always when you hear the title and you make up your own song fitting to the name of the song. Oh, yeah, you like that? Thanks.
This means panic, but no disco, blinding light. I'd say Atlantis getting it slowly. I don't know why I'm here, 'cause I don't like to dance. I'm just another body holding up my hand. I am nothing but a tree in a random forest. I am nothing but a song waiting for the chorus. But I am pretty in the dark, so get rid of all the stars.
So it's way too dry. I agree with you, Muramu. It is a great groove. 100%, no doubt. That is a great groove. But everything is so dry and sterile, it almost feels kind of claustrophobic. So what are ways that we can, expand this? Well, going into this part here, I mean, I have stereo elements now. I have more layers. That's what's missing from it, is just fitting layers and fitting sounds that match the rest of the vibe and everything. It's an intense vibe. Let's have the other elements fit that vibe.
Of all the stars, only pretty in the dark. So get rid of all the stars. I don't like you sing a song, well, I only like the amplitude. Still at the start, but I hope the
This could have a really cool like Franz Ferdinand vibe to it, or Interpol. Like this could have that kind of vibe, that mid 2000s indie rock, I would think about that, like as far as the reference. More like distorted vocals, kind of like just filtered vocals a little bit would sound pretty cool with it. I can hardly hear the guitars in it. And the drums just they feel a little too thin. So 1, beef up the drums. 2, I need to hear more guitars. 3, yeah, make that vocal less dry. I think that's like the next stage of this, of how it can evolve.
Is ending soon, but is it true? Before I make the decision, I should thoroughly dance it through.
Because yeah, listen to all these like super impactful hits, man, and nothing is really like fitting with that. Everything kind of just feels like it's just like, find contextually appropriate elements to pair with that, or do something else to add more grit so those hits feel impactful, because there's a lot of impactful shit that's going on there, you know?
It's a party song for all the lost overthinkers. You're not alone, though you might as well think, 'cause there's nothing to be gained, nothing to celebrate. We are just atoms that are floating around in space. Sorry, I just got my glass of annihilation. We're here today, but that's about decision. But we are pretty in the dark, so get rid of all the stars. Only pretty in the dark, so get rid of all the stars. I don't like you sing a song, and I only like the amplitude. Still at the start, but I hope this fun is ending soon. But is it true? Before I make that decision, I should thoroughly dance it through. And someone turn the lights off. I don't wanna see no stars.
See, I really like that little weird intimacy bit. So like if you had more energy with the other instruments throughout this whole part, like this quiet part, I feel like if that's dry, it feels more contextually appropriate, because now we're like actually intimate and we're actually getting softer with it. So I feel like that dryness complements this a lot more, if that makes sense.
The lights off, I don't wanna see no stars. These big city nights won't let you hide in the dark. And someone turn the lights off, I don't wanna see no stars. These big city nights won't let you hide in the dark. Can someone turn the
All right, we're
lights
building.
off, I don't wanna see
Where are we
no
going?
stars. These big city nights won't let you hide in the dark. But we only feel pretty.
So you know what I think would help this build up a lot too? Because listen to the guitars, listen to the bass, and listen to the drums.
Lights off, I don't wanna see no stars. These big city
They're all doing the same thing. Whereas if we had one element that was like starting to build it up a little, like if you just like stayed on that bass, just doom, 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 and did like eighth notes to kind of complement the drums a little bit and complement that we're building it up to get somewhere, that would feel really good to me.
nights won't let you hide. But we only feel pretty in the dark. So get rid of all the stars. Only pretty in the dark. So get rid of all the stars. I don't like you
man, there's so much cool stuff going here, but it's just a lack of processing and a lack of just bringing some of this stuff to life, because there really is a lot of interesting stuff going that I feel like is underrepresented because it's not like produced. And you don't have to go crazy with like effects or anything. Like all production is, and this is what like I try to live by with production. All it is elevating a good song. All right. If you have the bare bones of something with like a guitar and a vocal, like that's all you need to have a good song. Production is there to think of contextual, appropriate elements to elevate this. And this doesn't feel like there was like anything. It feels like it was just like, okay, we're gonna do the drum part. Here's the microphones over the drums. All right, we need the guitar part. Here's a microphone in front of a guitar. All right, I'm gonna sing now. And nothing was really like treated or taken care of in an interesting way that works well with the song. But I like the dryness of it at times. Like it works really well when it works. But it just needs a little more, well, not a little more, it needs more processing. It needs more layers to support everything. Like, especially in this last little outro, you have so many different things going on, but because they all tonally share dryness, it sounds like everything's jumbled together. It doesn't let anything breathe. Where if we had just something that was like, you know, fucking reverb drenched, we have a little more of space to move around. I hope that makes sense.
This night is ending soon, but is it through? Before I make that decision, I should thoroughly dance it through.
Because yeah, like that's an epic ending. But because there's no, like it doesn't sound like there's any compression. It doesn't sound like there's much EQ treatment. It doesn't sound like there's more space to be added to these things. So those hits, they don't feel impactful. And I'm willing to bet that this song sounds a million times better in a live setting, because it has all the elements of a good live song, right? It moves, it's going, but this is a recording. And I think you should permit yourself to treat it differently and to kind of pizzazz it up with production. But overall, good job. Super, super interesting. Let's move on to the next one. We have 2 more songs left of the evening, everybody. And then your boy is going to rack out. Next is All That You See. The person who submitted All That You See, did you have a different name for it? Or like, is there another word before here? Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. We found it. Here we go. And guys, for future reference as well, again, we're going to be doing these live streams every other week. Please name your stuff. Like this is fine, but just when you put it in the comments, just try to put it exactly the way that it's written, just so it's easier for me to find. But we got it. All right. Love the videos. We're an indie pop duo from Sydney, Australia. Man, I wish I could just turn my camera upside down right now, because then it'd be like I'm normal. Full transparency, this song was released in late March this year, but would love to hear your thoughts either way. All right, let's take a listen.
I'm not trying to find myself another love.
Oh!
Where do we begin? I'm starting to see the tide is rolling in. Now the days are going by, and it's all that's on the mind. This feeling that we lost what we had.
God, it's so good. I wish the kick was a little louder. I want more of like an impact to it. Not something crazy or big, but just a little more of that kick present to kind of root us. Because that break beat, like everything is, it's going, it's moving fast. I just need some kind of deep element to kind of ground me a little bit. But holy shit, I love this. This is awesome. Guys, this might be my favorite song of the evening. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really like this one.
Run away, let the future take its place. Not another heart to break.
Honey, I see your comment. I'm not reading it out loud, but my wife, my dearest, stop.
I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. Maybe there's another way to say the words we didn't say. I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. If I'm not all you want me to be, maybe I'm not all that you see. Say it how it is. Can you tell me now? Don't treat it like you.
Man, everything is so well balanced. This is, this is a really, really good production. I don't want to like say that the vocals are too loud. If anything, I think they are a little tiny bit too loud, but everything blends together real nice, guys. Like this is a very, very good balance. I can hear so many different elements, but I can hear all of them very clearly. Yeah, let's keep listening.
You did when the walls come crumbling down. Run away with me, run away. We'll see how long it takes with another heart to break. I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down.
I think a more impactful transition in here. It's a little bit of a weak transition. And I usually kind of suck at transitions. I don't think about them too much, to be honest with you. But a little bit of a sharper transition to kind of be a little more dramatic about this effect. Like maybe some kind of like high pass that just like kind of automates and moves in and out. Kind of feel like we're dipping under the water and then surfacing like a dolphin. You guys are in Australia. You love dolphins. Do you guys have dolphins? Yeah, you have dolphins. I have dolphins. I don't own dolphins, but we have dolphins.
I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. Maybe there's another.
Oh, that widening.
I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. If I'm not all you want me to be, maybe I'm not all that you see. Is it all my fault? I lost my head.
Oh, what a
Got a
breakdown.
broken heart inside my chest. If this is all you want, then leave it up to me. Take the time we need.
You know, it'd be really, really cool because in the beginning,
I'm not trying to find myself another.
we had those filtered drums. Adding those filtered drums back to this section, like right here,
Is it all my fault?
suppressing
I
them,
lost my head. I got a broken heart.
and then right here, opening it back up again.
Though the feelings fade, the memories always
That would've
stay.
been cool.
Is it all my fault? I lost my head. I got a broken heart inside my chest. If this is all you want, then leave it up to me. Take the time we need to let this heal. And if it's over now, our time was real. Though the feelings fade, the memories always stay. I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. Maybe there's another way.
Oh, this last one hit so hard.
I'm not trying to find myself another love. I know I will let down another one. If I'm not all you want me to be, maybe I'm not all that you see. All my fault, I lost my head.
tracks. We're bringing fade tracks back. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. More fade tracks, guys. That is a trend we're bringing back. I love it. I think you can release a little more energy in this last section, just because from like here to the outro, it kind of still sounds the same, the whole song. I love how this last chorus hits, but just having like one more layer to bring in more of a higher representation, whether it's like kind of like a higher synth pad, like just like something that's like super, super high, just to cut through a little bit, not overtake everything, but just to separate it a little more from this last section, because this felt like the same all the way through. But I'm just being super, super nitpicky. This was a good ass song. This was a really, really good song. And you guys have dolphins. That is wonderful to know. Produce ourselves, mixes handled externally. There's something else you mentioned. Wasn't sure how I'd react to the fade out. Dude, I'm never not gonna like a fade out. Come on. Do you know me? I love a fade out. All right, so we have one more song for the evening. And then I am gonna go snuggle up with my boys, watch the bear, because it's back on. If You Don't Feel Me Anymore. That is the last song here. Where is it? Help me out. What is the actual song title? I don't see it. Help me out. Are you still here? The If You Don't Feel Me Anymore person? Okay, there we go. Starts with the P. Right here. All right, so like I said, this is the last song we're going to take a listen to. If we didn't get to your song, no worries, guys, because we're doing these every other week until I die. All right? You guys have me for as long as I live. But my first attempt at completing a song still needs lyrics. I really need help on mixing. I used iOS GarageBand, drum sequencer, and airdropped them to Logic. Then I used random guitar and bass amps from Logic. I have the ideas, but I have so much trouble recording. Only says mastered because I use BandLab to make it sound louder. Let's break this down. I think, no, it's not the wrong folder again, Ray B. I'm in the right one. This is a different name. Let's talk about this real quick, because I think this is a pretty common thing. So it's your first attempt at completing a song. Awesome. Love that. I really need help on mixing. Chances are many people that I hear their music or that I work with in my production mentoring program think that mixing is like the magical thing that's going to solve all the problems, when it's not. The sounds that we pick from the gate, that is the magical way to have a better song. Because if you pick good sounds to begin with, mixing is nothing, right? Because we've done the due diligence. We picked things that work well for this. So instead of focusing on like, oh, maybe it needs to be mixed, focus on what are the sounds to the song? How are they helping? And the way that we do that is to have reference tracks, right? I don't create anything anymore unless I have a reference to go off of. And not that I don't like write songs, but when I'm producing a song, like before all my videos, I'm listening to music about what I'm going to make, because it'll get me familiar with what sounds I need to kind of prepare or think about as I'm making the song. So use a reference as your guiding light. Don't just guess what you're gonna do. Have a plan for what you're gonna do. But let's take a listen. Oh wait, my wife said something. Sorry, my wife takes priority over all your guys' comments. Wait, can you do the one with the exclamation mark? I want to hear it all. How about you come home and we'll listen to it together? All right, let's take a listen. All right, so everything is too crispy. All right, most sounds and most VSTs that you come across are pre-mixed. Sure, they can use a little tweaking, but this is like overly crispy as far as the highs and the air in this as well. Because there's elements in here that I can't hear because the hi-hat specifically is kind of like dominating everything else over here. The top end of the hi-hat, the top end of the snare drum, like there's guitars over here in my left ear that should be filling more of a mid space, but they're not because they're just so died down. And then these hi-hats and these high elements are like taking over, man. So I wouldn't say that this is a mixing thing per se. It's more of a leveling. Yeah, Christian kid, Big Mike is a legend. Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know if you're on here earlier when I was talking about like the mono trick, but things are fighting each other, and we need that clarity between the different elements. And something else, I know you don't have lyrics for this, but I still want to feel moved, like I'm going somewhere through a song. And there's certain elements that you can add to direct a listener, even if you don't have words, through melodic elements, through what layers we have. But let's keep listening. This part sounds nice. There sounds like there's a nice bounce here. Again, that kind of interpol sound. Velocity. Let's talk about that for a second. With the drums specifically, and shameless plug, again, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have a MIDI drum workshop coming up tomorrow. And one main thing that I talk about with MIDI drums is the velocity, and how velocity is one of the most important things to manage to get a realistic drum performance. Because listen to these hi-hats. Let me grab a drumstick real quick to kind of show you what having a no, not again. What are you talking about? So let's talk about like a drummer, right? When a drummer uses a stick, there's a lot of wrist action going on in there, and it's not stiff. Whereas if we program the same velocity for the hi-hats, like if we have it same, the visual representation of that is a drummer moving your arm like that. And that doesn't feel very comfortable. Whereas if we loosen up the velocity, if we have one velocity note here, like let's say it's 100, then we have 80, 100, 80, Then we start to get a little more of that wrist motion, and it feels much more natural versus just stiff going the whole time. Because a drummer is going to get so fatigued, and a drummer is going to, they're going to get tired. All right. So just have that visual representation when you're looking at your velocities, because I think it would be very, very helpful to what you're doing. And real quick, Alex Karshner said, is it possible for someone to post the link to be a member? Do not join the membership, because I am I put a post in the membership community that I am dissolving the membership because I can't keep up with it. So I'm going to be discontinuing the channel membership, as much as that pains me. It was just far too much to manage. But let's keep listening. Yeah, it's dragging on. I know with lyrics, it would be a lot more helpful, but as a listener, it feels good. It's not as, like this mix feels good. It's still extra crispy, and too much high end, but it feels good. But just structurally, I want to feel like I am moving somewhere. This just feels like we're in the same place over and over again, and that really fatigues a listener. I'm getting sleepy boy listening to this, because there's not anything for me to grab onto as a listener to feel like I'm moving throughout the song. I hope that makes sense. So adding some kind of melody, or like what you said, still needs lyrics. Once those lyrics are in there, I'm curious to see how that will continue to move the song. All right, so not bad at all. And it's your first attempt at completing a song. The important thing to remember is that you completed it. All right, you did it. You crossed the finish line, and that's important. Like I love doing these feedback streams, because I feel like for some people, they need to cross that finish line. Most people don't. So it's good to kind of like rush people in here and get them to finish something. I think you're doing really good. I think just think more about the journey of the listener and where you're taking the listener with your music. I love making the comparison. I said this earlier on stream, making it feel like a movie, right? Take me somewhere. Tell a story. How do you tell a story with just music? Through melodic variation, right? So just consider that. Like I said, you're doing great. Looking forward to next time I can hear something from you. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Sound like Forrest Gump. That's all I have to say about that, guys. I'm gonna catch up on some comments real quick. And this last little bit, we'll just hang out for a couple minutes, guys. Do you only give feedback to indie songs? Diego says. No, not at all. I give feedback on all kinds of songs, to the best of my ability, of course. There's gonna be some things in other genres that I don't understand, because I only produce, indie, alternative, folk, a little bit of pop. I kind of have a bubble that I'm in. And the next few videos that I'm planning is going to be me breaking that bubble so I can be more valuable to the feedback process, so I can understand more genres and understand just more. I really want to focus on mastery in music. I want to be much better than where I am now. So next few videos are going to be focused on just breaking out of the mold. Sock Monkey Racer, that's an awesome name. I love that. When will your next one of these be? Let me pull up my calendar, guys, because I'll give you an exact date. Next one is going to be on the 10th of July. Same time, 6 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, every other Thursday. And I got to be better at like posting the like the upcoming live stream part of it. So I'll schedule those a little earlier so that way you guys have more time to submit. But yeah. Trev, how do you dig slow pulp and Soccer Mommy? Dude, I love slow pulp and Soccer Mommy. Can I name any of their songs? No. But I know that when they're on, when I'm just doing discovery, I don't skip it. Alex says someone got that new Orangewood baritone. I know, they sent it over and I'm very excited for the next video because I'll be using it for that. It's pretty sick, guys. Not gonna lie. Ray B says, thank you for all the feedback. It's 100% helpful, great tips that I can adjust and make my songs better. What I would say to you, Ray B, thanks for having songs to send. And thank you guys for listening and tuning in, because without you guys, I wouldn't have a job. And you guys give me the opportunity to have one of the coolest jobs in the world, and that is to help others find their voice in production and to inspire me to be better. And it's awesome. We got a really good thing going. Lucco says, do you want to do, oh no, I'm sorry, I skipped Diego. Would love to work with you someday. I might open custom production again. I'm not really working with other people right now. I can't manage it as far as time. But it'd be cool to open it back up. And then last comment I'll read, and then we'll wrap it up here. Do you want to do a series where you try a genre for the first time? That's an interesting comment there, isn't it? It's interesting you say that. Because something I'm planning is trying genres for the first time and with a different perspective, because I don't want to be like a culture vulture and just like try something, just hearing it off the top of my head. So what I'm planning right now, and it's taking some time because I'm like scheduling conversations with some of your guys' favorite music production YouTubers in different genres to talk about, hey, what is this genre about? And I want to come in from like a place of respect and understanding the genre. Oh, am I frozen? Oh, okay, we're back. That was weird. But just come from a place of understanding and respect for the other genre, because I think it'll make it'll make for a better experience for me learning, and it'll be a better experience for you guys, because I also want to teach how to break into other genres. And I have a plan, but I'm excited for that one. But thank you guys for tuning in. I didn't realize we'd go for 3 hours, but here we are. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was beneficial. Thank you so much again to Boombox for sponsoring the stream and for giving me kind of the creative freedom. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this. Like, I went to Boombox to have this relationship with them because of how much this platform benefited me. Because with Boombox, I use it for my production bootcamp. It's where I manage all my files. I've used it to upload my music to Spotify, to Apple, to all the services. And it's a genuinely one of the best like all-in-one platforms that I've used. So thank you very much, Boombox. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And until next time, I will see you then. Peace.